Okay, welcome back. Hello, good morning again sa ating guest and MPC. Nandito na tayo sa second part ng press conference. Today, we have PCOO at Assistant Secretary Attorney Ana Marie Banaag. Good morning.
Rocky, magandang umaga and sa mga kasamahan natin sa Malacañang Press Corps. Real Numbers is not just here to correct misleading numbers from the international rights groups or from the media, but to present the real story, the people behind these numbers, and the stories behind every figure. While we know that the complaints filed before the ICC are founded on political motive and baseless numbers, we reiterate that the Philippine government respects and protects human rights, and our police officers follow rules of engagement. There may be isolated cases of abuse, but our president never tolerates these cases. The agencies behind Real Numbers have been working so hard to consolidate and present these figures, to cite the real score and present accurate numbers, numbers that have faces, families, and stories. But beyond numbers, Real Numbers is a platform that calls for reform of the criminal justice system and seek multi-sectoral cooperation. We can only do this, of course, through an effective and efficient law enforcement which is balanced with protecting human rights and you, our media partners, keeping us in check. Joining us today is Police Chief Superintendent Rene Pamuspusan and our newly installed spokesperson of the PNP, Police Chief Superintendent John Bulalacao, on my right, and the spokesperson from the PDEA, Director Derrick Carreon. MPC partners, let's welcome our anti-illegal drug enforcers. Sir?
Yes, thank you.
Ay, sir.
Thank
May I ask the PDEA first to present our updated cards and of course the increase since January 17, the last time that we had our real numbers press briefing.
Thank you, ma'am. For the consolidated figures on the anti-drug campaign towards a drug-free Philippines from July 1, 2016 to February 8, 2018, a total of 85,068 anti-illegal drug operations were conducted by PDEA and other law enforcement agencies, resulting in the arrest of 121,087 drug personalities. During the period, there were 4,021 drug personalities who died during anti-drug operations. On government workers arrested in anti-drug operations, from July 1, 2016 to February 8, 2018, a total of 454 government workers were arrested nationwide for violation of Republic Act 9165 or the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002. Out of these, 192 were elected officials, 44 were uniformed personnel, and 218 were government employees. On drug law enforcers who were killed and wounded in anti-drug operations, in the performance of their drug enforcement duties, 87 law enforcers were killed in action, while 227 were wounded in action, noting the total count at 314 law enforcers. On minors rescued, during the anti-drug operations conducted nationwide, a total of 618 minors were rescued from involvement in illegal drug activities. Significantly, PDEA and other law enforcement agencies dismantled a total of 183 illegal drug facilities, composed of 174 drug dens and 9 shabu laboratories. The anti-drug operations conducted also resulted in the seizure or confiscation of 2,610.37 kilograms of methamphetamine hydrochloride or shabu worth 13.41 billion pesos, posting 166.62 million pesos increase since January 17, 2018. Dangerous drugs, controlled precursors, essential chemicals, and laboratory equipment confiscated from July 1, 2016 to February 8, 2018 were worth 19.61 billion pesos, posting an increase of 269.74 million pesos since January 17, 2018. And on barangay drug clearing operations, as of January 2018, a total of 5,327 barangays have been declared drug cleared. This is out of the total drug affectation of 24,000, or bringing the drug affectation nationwide to 24,137 drug affected barangays, representing 57.42% of the 42,036 barangays nationwide. Thank you, sir, ma'am.
Thank you, PDEA. May we ask Spokesperson Bulalacao?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. The Philippine National Police is grateful for the opportunity to take part in this forum to present to our people the real score in our national crusade against illegal drugs and its social complications. According to the letter and intent of Presidential Memorandum Order Number 17, the PNP shall reassume the crucial role in the government's anti-drug campaign in support of the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency. The anti-illegal drugs campaign of the PNP, with all the notable accomplishments under its name, was continued on December 5, 2017, while the complementing left-hand effort, the Project Tokhang, was reactivated on January 29, 2018, with the hope of sustaining the noble gains that have so far yielded more than 1.3 million drug personalities who chose to voluntarily turn back from a life of drugs to a life of hope. While we recognize some oversights that beset our efforts in the past, we became more responsive to the dysfunctions in systems and procedures that we earnestly seek to correct through the Oversight Committee on Illegal Drugs of the PNP, headed by Police Deputy Director General Fernando Mendez. We remain optimistic with the prospect of less bloody anti-drug operations this time around by prescribing supplemental operational guidelines when conducting Tokhang activities and law enforcement operations against drug personalities. These supplemental guidelines are essentially founded on the fundamental principles of respect for human rights and strict adherence to the rule of law, with greater emphasis on transparency, accountability, and command responsibility. Let me underscore that rule of law shall always prevail during the conduct of all anti-illegal drug-related activities, including Tokhang activities, and respect for human rights shall be strictly observed at all times. Tokhang operations shall be intelligence-driven, targeting suspected illegal drugs personalities listed by the Directorate for Intelligence. We are confident that this time, police interdiction operations against illegal drugs will be carried out with greater efficiency and with less violent confrontations between law enforcers and offenders through better equipment to ensure the personal safety of our personnel, such as body armor and body camera, and communications equipment complemented by skills, training, and enhanced tactical capability. We are pleased to provide this body with a more comprehensive understanding of the PNP's flagship program, Double Barrel, through our subject matter expert from the Directorate for Operations, Police Chief Superintendent Rene Pamuspusan, the Executive Officer of the Directorate for Operations of the PNP.
Thank you, sir. May I just report that from July 1, 2016, when we started the anti-illegal drugs campaign of the government, to February 8, 2016, we have now a total of 22,189 cases referred to prosecution for their evaluation after the completion of the investigation by the PNP. And out of this number, after 22 days from January 17 during the last Real Numbers Forum, we have an increase of 281 cases referred to prosecution. And subsequently, we now have a total of 43,226 cases filed in court after the submission of the information by the prosecution. Now, this includes the increase of 1,444 cases filed in court from January 17. Also, from July 1, 2016 to February 8, 2018, we have now a total of 2,388 homicide cases. May I just clarify that these are the cases or incidents reported and investigated by the PNP which are not directly related to the anti-drugs operations of the government, but whose suspects and victims are either under the influence of drugs or in one way or the other have involvement in the illegal drugs trade. Out of this, we have a total of 639 cases solved. From January 17, we have an increase of 153 cases, which leaves us of the balance of 1,749 cases still under investigation by the law enforcement. Thank you.
All right, before that, may I ask for the slide of the comparative anti-drug efforts. This was presented last year, but we'd like to present it again. Between the period from July 1, 2010 to June 30, 2016, that is 72 months or 6 years or 72 months. And between the period from July 1, 2016 to February 8, 2018. So operations conducted for 6 years was from 2010 to 2016, June 30, 2016, it was 99,710. And from July 1, 2016 to February 8, 2018, it's at 85,068 anti-illegal drugs operations. Ang naaresto po mula July 1, 2010 hanggang June 30, 2016 ay 77,810. At mula naman po nung July 1, 2016 hanggang po last week, February 8, 2018 ay 121,087 ang naaresto po. Ang na-seize na shabu po for a period of 6 years nung 2010 hanggang 2016 ay 3,219 kilograms at ang value po nito ay 29.83 billion. Mula naman po nung July 1, 2016 hanggang February 8, 2018, ang na-seize po ng mga shabu ay 2,610 kilos and 37 grams. Tama. 2,610 and 37 kilograms. At ang value po nito ay 19.61 billion. Yan po ang comparative anti-drug efforts po mula comparing of course 2010 hanggang 2016 and 2016 June 30 hanggang February 8, 2018. Maraming salamat po.
MPC questions? Rose Novenario.
Hi, good morning, General Bulalacao. Sir, sabi niyo po kanina, Intel-driven yung inyong Oplan Tokhang or Oplan Double Barrel. Kung hindi po ako nagkakamali, last year or 2016, nagbuo po ng counter-intelligence body yung PNP para po sa monitoring ng police scalawags or police involved in illegal drugs operation. Ano po yung update natin dito? At ilan na po yung naaresto, nakulong, or na-convict po na police bunsod po nitong pagkaka-involve po nila sa drugs?
Yes, ma'am. We have organized, counterintelligence task force since last year. This is headed by Senior Superintendent Malayo. At marami na rin pong naging mga accomplishments. And right now, please excuse me because I do not have the data, ma'am. I will give it to you as soon as I have it later, ma'am.
Mga kailan po kaya, sir? Mga hanggang bukas?
We will, my staff will coordinate with you, ma'am.
Kasi pwede po ninyo kasing masabing nagtuloy po yung cleansing din sa PNP through dun po sa isasabit po ninyong accomplishment report ng counter-intelligence body.
Yes, ma'am. Bali, tuloy-tuloy naman ang aming efforts and nagkataon lamang na hindi ko po nadala yung data tungkol sa kung sino-sino at ilan po ang kasalukuyang naging nandito na ma'am at dumating na, mabilis po. Yes, ma'am. As of February 9, 2018, a total of 162 members of the PNP were relieved from their positions and were assigned to the respective admin and holding units. 77 of whom are active members. 6 were on AWOL. Those endorsed by the CITF, Counterintelligence Task Force, was 39 personnel. And endorsed by the police regional offices was 40. And yun so far ang data namin as of February 9, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Sa Rene?
Good morning. ASEC Banaag, since you have shown us the comparison of those cases during the previous administration and under this admin, do you have any statistics also as to the number of those who died, drug-related killings?
We can provide the number of those who died during drug operations during those times, perhaps by this afternoon before 5 p.m.
Hopefully. And to Chief Superintendent Pamuspusan, may we know, kasi di ba before merong like ilang cases yung homicide, yung namatay, and out of that, since na-present ni Director Carreon na 4,000 something na yung namatay, pero how many yung total na yung homicide as of yung latest?
Yes, thank you. For the focus police operations on anti-illegal drugs, we now have a total of for the HUI we have a total of 2,388, but this does not fall under the focus anti-drug operations of the PNP. Now for the focus operations, we now have a total of 4,021.
No sir, prior to that kasi merong data na parang umabot na siya ng 8,000 and out of that, 2,000 something yung namatay. So I'm wondering, di ba mas mataas supposedly yung under investigation na homicide than the figure you're presenting to us now?
May I answer that? Because that was raised during the times that we released real numbers, the HCI, the homicide cases under investigation, under the PNP only. Those data ay homicide cases. Nahiwalay dito yung directly related sa illegal drugs. So this is the number. So yun yung total dati ay lahat ng klase ng kaso, rape, murder, at kung ano-ano man, but not necessarily related sa illegal drugs.
Okay, Raymond Tinasa?
To the PDEA, kay Derrick Carreon. Sir, you being the lead agency to the anti-drug war, will you submit your data, your reports to the International Criminal Court to dispute or to at least give your position with regards to the charges of war against humanity against the president?
Yes, sir.
Or crimes against humanity.
Sir, this is precisely why we came up with these real numbers in order that we can be transparent in regard to the conduct of the anti-drug campaign. Now, if the data will be summoned in relation to such hearing, then the PDEA will support in terms of the data.
If someone, but what if not? I mean, you still have to wait for the summon of the ICC.
Well, of course, we will have to see kung paano yung takbo ng kaso kasi kung relevant doon yung data, definitely, automatic yun, isasubmit natin. But as of now, it's still in the preliminary stages. So we will wait and see as to where will PDEA and the other agencies step in order to support the figures or the campaign of the president.
I don't know, sir, if you can answer this, but from your end and your data and your analysis, do you think the complaint against the president really constitute crime against humanity with regards to the anti-drug war?
It's a legal question. I'd yield to the legal
Do you have a
expert.
legal?
Yes, if I may comment on that. The question is, will it prosper? That is really up to the President is welcome sa preliminary examination ng ICC. As to the question of whether or not it will prosper, that is really up to them because they have a basis, they have principles as to which to base the investigation. First is, I think, complementarity, whether or not there is a case that's pending here, and gravity. And we don't believe that it is a crime against humanity.
Thank you.
Okay, Tuesday New?
To Police Chief Superintendent Bulalacao, sir. Sir, kagabi sa isang event ni Presidente sa Malacañang, na-discuss niya with the other government officials yung kanyang war against drugs, campaign against illegal drugs. At nabanggit po niya na sa pagkakataong ito, mas maghihigpit daw po siya sa mga pulis. Kasi nga po, sa mga nakalipas na panahon, ito daw yung dahilan kung bakit ngayon ay nahaharap siya sa kaso sa ICC. So, anong extra measures na ipatutupad ang PNP kung meron man, additional or whatever, para hindi na po masangkot ulit yung ilan nating mga pulis sa mga palpak na drug operations?
Ito ang dahilan kung bakit naglabas ang Philippine National Police ng panibagong set of guidelines to be followed strictly by the members of the PNP in the lower units. So, etong panibagong guidelines na ito ay mas maipapaliwanag ni General Pamuspusan kung ano-ano ito. But ganun pa man, ito ang dahilan kung bakit sinasabi ng President na masisiguro niya na kailangan masagot na maayos ng PNP kung paano ang dapat o kung ano ang dapat gawin para maging maayos ang anti-drugs campaign ng Philippine National Police.
Okay, last two questions, Laila and Rose.
Good morning for General Bulalacao. Sir, earlier there was a report that 53 more people were killed since the PNP returned to the drug war last December. Sir, how is the PNP taking this? Is this something to be worried about? Tingin niyo ba masyadong mababa or masyadong mataas po yung number?
These are the factual data that we gathered from our lower units. So the 53 ba? Or 50 lang? 53? The 53 deaths that were reported to us are what actually were reported by the lower units to us.
Pero sir, there were earlier statements that the PNP is trying to make the anti-drug campaign bloodless. So considering that there were 53 people killed, anong ibig sabihin nito, sir?
What we are trying to emphasize during our briefings ay yung Oplan Tokhang natin is sure to be bloodless. And we want it emphasized that we are not expecting bloodless in Oplan Tokhang. Siguro gusto ko munang ipaliwanag sa inyo kung ano talaga yung anti-drugs campaign ng Philippine National Police. We have the Oplan double barrel. The upper barrel is our campaign against high value targets and street level pushers. And the other one is the Oplan Tokhang. And we are trying to emphasize that our efforts against illegal drugs should be as much as possible bloodless, except during the time when the targets will put up a fight against our policemen. So, of course, what the PNP will do is to protect themselves from possible harm to be caused by these drug suspects. Because we believe that we are fighting an enemy that have unstable minds. So pagka ikaw ay drug users, alam mo naman natin na kadalasan, kagaya ng sinabi ng ating presidente, sira na ang kanilang ulo. So most of the time, whenever they are confronted by our personnel, they try to put up a fight so that ito nangyayari sa atin. May mga bloodshed once in a while.
Sir, last na lang po. Sir, so far, how would you assess po yung pagbabalik ng PNP sa drug war, sir?
So far, okay naman. Itong ano namin ngayon, nagiging maayos naman ang kampanya ng Philippine National Police laban sa illegal na droga. At kung inyong mapapansin, comparing with the previous O-plan of the PNP, mas mababa na ngayon ang recorded deaths insofar as anti-drugs campaign is concerned.
Okay, last three, Vivian, Rosalicos, and Rose. Okay. Apat pala.
Good morning, Sir Bulalacao. I just would like to ask kung how if the PNP will cooperate with ICC's examination and to what extent will PNP's cooperation be?
I think the Malacañang has spoken about the position of the government insofar as this ICC is concerned. The Philippine National Police does not want to muddle the issue anymore, and we are keeping a distance from it right now.
Rosalie.
Hi sir, good morning po. Kunin lang po namin yung side ng PNP kasi si Senator Trillanes, sinight niya yun pong report ng PNP kaya niya po sinabing most dangerous city ang Davao. So sa side po ng PNP, pinamamalian niyo po ba yung sinabi niya or ano po yung data na pinagbatayan niya? Galing po ba talaga sa PNP yun?
Hindi namin alam kung saan data niya kinuha yung kanyang pinagbabasihan ng kanyang salaysay. Kung inyong mapapansin, mula nung magsagawa tayo ng intensified campaign against illegal drugs, ang crime incidents in the whole country have also significantly went down significantly. At we attribute this to the anti-drugs efforts of the government. At because we believe that kadalasan sa mga involved sa criminal acts are those who are using drugs as well. So most of these, yung mga snatchers, yung mga rapists, and even murderers were found to be involved in illegal drugs.
Sir, yung sinight niya pong data is from 2010 to 2015 na Davao City Mayor pa po, si Pangulo.
I have no idea kung ano yung data na yon, but nevertheless we will find out and we will give you the reason why Senator Trillanes mentioned it.
Okay, thank you, Rosalie. Last two, Joanna and then Rose. Microphone, please.
Hi mga sir, Joanna Balyara from Inquirer.net. My question is for Sir Derrick and Bulalacao, no? Sir, kasi merong from December to since bumalik ang PNP sa drug war, no, may 53 na namatay. And doon sa ilang buwan po na pananatili ng PDEA doon sa drug war, pag-lead ng PDEA doon sa drug war, I believe there's only a small portion doon sa casualties ang yung nangyari sa PDEA operations, no, yung mga namatay doon. I would like to know, ano po yung ginagawa, ano yung meron sa PDEA kung bakit onti lang po yung namamatay sa PDEA operations compared do sa PNP drug operations?
Sa Philippine National Police, inaasahan natin na mas marami ang mamamatay dahil tama ba? Dahil mas marami kaming operations na isinasagawa. In fact, according to records, the PNP has conducted almost 96% of the total operations conducted by both PDEA and other law enforcement agencies and the PNP. So 96% of the total operations conducted by PDEA, other law enforcement agencies and the Philippine National Police ay nasa Philippine National Police yun. So we expect na magkakaroon ng mas maraming casualties during operations against illegal drugs.
Okay, ma'am, exactly the same answer as our counterpart in the Philippine National Police. Looking at the figures, they really have, or they have contributed a bigger volume of operations because this is precisely why Director General Aaron Aquino requested that the PNP would be allowed to resume their anti-drug operations, especially since PDEA's presence is only up to the regional offices and some skeletal provincial offices. And so, directly proportional din dyan yung magiging casualties during anti-drug operations because PDEA delivers lesser operations. But we have our share as well. Ilan na yun sa atin? I'm sorry. Let me fetch the figure, ma'am. Sandali lang. But during the period when we went solo last year, while the PNP was regrouping, we had 2. That was from the period of October 11 to December 5. No, two casualties.
Operations.
Now, operations. We'll fetch you the data later. Pero definitely mas maliit dahil nga mas konti yung operations namin.
Okay, thank you, Joanna. Last question, Rose Novenario.
Hi, ma'am. Good morning, ASEC. Meron pong pinirmahang Department Circular number 12 noong May 2, 2012 si dating Justice Secretary Laila de Lima na pwede raw pong sa ilalim sa automatic review yung mga drug cases sa kanyang tanggapan lang po mangyayari. Yun po bang Department Circular na yun ay na-repeal na or nagkaroon po ba tayo ng case audit kung ilan po yung nakinabang dito sa department order na ito? At sa PNP po, may data po ba kayo na yung pong na-automatic review ng office noon ni Secretary de Lima ay bumalik po sa kanilang illegal drugs trade? Kasi parang ang natatandaan ko po noon, meron pong mga high value targets parang na nag-avail po dun sa automatic review na yun.
We will check on that, ma'am. We will check on that.
Okay, if I may answer on the Department Circular 12 sa Department of Justice. Actually, we're supposed to have Secretary Aguirre, pero biglang may pupuntahan siya. So next na press con po ng real numbers, he will be up here to answer for the data, but we already looked into and we are gathering data from the prosecutorial services kung may mga kaso at ilan yung mga kaso during those times at sino-sino yung mga tao na na-release kung meron man during that period of time. Also, I'd like to add on dun sa question kanina po, dun sa operations po. Mula nung last time na nag-press con tayo yung sa real numbers last January 17 up to now, up to February 8 po yung cut-off date ng data natin ngayon, we have a total operations conducted po na 3,149. Dun sa increase ng 3,149 na anti-illegal drugs operation po ng PNP, PDEA at NBI, makikita nyo po dyan kung gaano kaigting yung nationwide na pag-ooperate po nila. So, 22 days lang po ang pagitan yan at ganun kalawak.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you, Source. Thank you, Assistant Secretary Marie Banaag. Thank you, MPC.
Happy Valentine's.
Okay, back to our main studio sa Radyo Pilipinas and People's Television Network.